Yo, what's up, internet? It's your boy Nzuzo. Today I'm just showing you basics on the software you need to download when you create your first PHP MySQL website. So let's jump right into it. But before we jump right into it, sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, tea, or juice, whatever you like. So let's get down to business. So this is the contents of today's presentation, or should I say today's video. We're first going to look into the introduction, basically what it is, what we need it for, and from there we're going to move on to the available software that we can use to achieve creating websites. And we'll be looking at Bitnami XAMPP. That's the one I personally prefer, and where we can download these softwares and how to install Bitnami XAMPP and how to run the required modules, and that will be it. So firstly, the introduction. This video tutorial will focus on the basics of becoming a web developer. As we all know that when you want to develop websites or online applications, you need few things, like you have to have a local server where you test your software and see if it works properly. And I'll also talk about the available full stack softwares that we have on the market right now. But I'll be looking into the free ones, or should I say open source. And the things that you have to do after you've installed these softwares and how to switch them on and off, and the basic modules you need to run so that you have your PHP or whatever server-side language running on your local machine. So on available full stack software, we have the ones that run on your local host, which at times called the AMP or AMP, which stands for Apache, MySQL, PHP, Perl, or Python. These are basically server-side languages. PHP, Perl, and Python, those are your server-side languages. MySQL, that's your database where you store your data. And Apache, that's your engine, or should I say it's like the server. It's like it's the engine. It changes all the code into the required I don't know how to put this, but I hope you guys get it. Let me just go on, and then hopefully you understand as we move on. So we have on localhost, we have WAMP, MAMP, LAMP, and SAMP. Basically, these are like the same AMP, just that they're like designed or built for specific operating systems. Like WAMP, for example, is Windows. That's like for Windows, it only runs on Windows, and it has all the other modules, which is Apache, MySQL, PHP, Perl, Python, and so do the other ones. And my personal favorite, XAMPP, it's a cross-platform, meaning it runs on almost all these listed operating systems except Solaris. I don't think it runs on Solaris, but it runs on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. And instead of MySQL, they use MariaDB, and they have PHP and Perl on languages, on the server-side languages. And if you want to move your site from an excuse me, from a local host to an online server, you usually have stuff like LAMP or LAB. LAMP is basically Linux, Nginx, MySQL, PHP. The Linux here is normally Ubuntu and sometimes CentOS, but it's mostly Ubuntu. Ubuntu server, that's the one you get most of the time when you talk of Linux hosting. And the lab is basically the other one, which is Linux, Apache instead of Nginx, and PostgreSQL. I don't know if I pronounced that one right, but that's the other one instead of MySQL. They use PostgreSQL. And then you have your Perl, PHP, Python, and Ruby. Ruby is also a programming server-side language, which is used for many online websites. And let's move on. And then Bitnami XAMPP. I personally prefer using XAMPP for some obvious reasons, like it's open source, it's free, you can download it for free online, and it's very easy to use, very easy to install. It's cross-platform. It's the same on different operating systems. It might have a few changes here and there, but then it's the same. And it comes with like many modules, and these are the few ones that are listed: WordPress, Joomla, MediaWiki, PHP MyAdmin. PHP MyAdmin is like the best. It makes managing your database so easy, and it can be used as a remote host by connecting to the local host via an FTP client. Basically, you can turn your local machine into like a remote remote accessible machine from another device. And if you probably speak Russian or German or any other language, probably that language is there, as it's available in 11 languages, and it regularly gets its modules updated. Like I'm not sure how regular, but it's always getting updates all the time. And for your own information, the AMP in XAMPP used to be MySQL, but in the later stage they changed it to MariaDB. So now they use MariaDB instead of MySQL. The install sizes are Windows, which is 32-bit. I don't know why they use a 32-bit, but it's a 32-bit, and it's actually a smaller size. And Linux and Mac OS come in a 64-bit, which is 136 megabytes. I think that's due to the size, to the architecture of the CPU. It makes it bigger. I'm not sure. If you want to download these stacks, you can go check them out at Bitnami Stacks Infrastructure. That's where you get all the stacks that you want. Some people prefer different stacks and for different reasons or different projects, as they come in different sizes. Just visit the sites and check out the infrastructures they have, or the stacks they have. And to install this software, basically you just go to the same site that I just told you about on the previous page, which is bitnami.com/stacks/infrastructure, and there you choose XAMPP, and after that you have to install it on your local machine. Let's see if I have the page opened here. Under downloads, let's try and open the page here, and let's see, files, downloads, and here it is. And then right click and run as administrator. It should take some time to you want to install it, and then just wait for it. And basically it shows this logo, and then sometimes it gives you this error, and then you have to pause the antivirus, but sometimes it doesn't give you no errors. So then you just continue the installation, but already have it on my machine, so I won't have to continue installation. But most of the things is just yes. And from there you don't really need to restart your machine. And then after you installed it, everything is running fine, and then now it's the time to start your modules and see if it all works fine. So just type in XAMPP, and then there it is. Wow. And then it won't start at first. It tells me there's an error it tells me error, Apache shut down unexpectedly. This may be due to a block port or missing dependencies. So I think it's a block port because I have Skype running. Skype uses port 80 and localhost uses port 80. So what we have to do now is go over here, quit Skype, and that's done. We say start and see what happens. So now it's running. If you choose not to change Skype's ports, if you don't switch Skype off all the time, you're gonna start the thing, the control panel, XAMPP control panel. You go to config, and then Apache httpd config. Open the file, and then you change this port here, and then you go down. There should be another 80 somewhere at the bottom. You should change that to and then you change this port as well, and then you change this port, just these two ports, localhost 80 and sorry about that, 80, and then listen port 80. Change it to whatever port, probably 50/50 or whatever you want to change it to. And then when your port is running, you want to check if it's properly running. We open our Chrome and see if everything is running properly. Then localhost and we see what happens. And if this page shows up, then everything is good to go, everything is properly done. And these are your how-to guides. They give you like guides on how to configure your XAMPP, how to run PHP under FastHI, use a different PHP version, or to start. All these things, they give them to you for free, and it's all on localhost PHP info, just to check what version of PHP you're running and stuff. And also, this leads to your PHP MyAdmin, and these are your applications. Basically, they have everything here. They have everything for you here. They have everything for free. And once you've done that, we've tested the server on the browser and we saw that it works. We got the default page. Now we want to find where the folder to save our site scripts is. Now we'll just go here and local disk XAMPP. With WAMP, it's actually the www folder. It's WAMP and then www folder. With XAMPP, it's localhost. Basically, with WAMP, it's going to be your local disk, and then WAMP, and then www folder. But with XAMPP, it's not like that. It's localhost, local disk, XAMPP, HC docs, and this is the folder where you can save your sites. And guys, that's it. It's as easy as that. Please, guys, subscribe, like, and share the videos I post. I'll try and post videos every now and then, hopefully every week. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. All the best in your programming